And we are started. As you can probably hear from the rattling. Actually, does it get picked up? Yeah, it does get picked up. That rattling is just me setting stuff up. I don't have all the runners out just yet. But continuing from yesterday, we will be making the leg and then other parts of the Helios Gundam. The feed is very zoomed in. I'll get to that in a minute. For now, I'm just sorting through the runners to see which ones we need. Which ones can get put to the side for now. Oh, that's a bad. There's some more parts of the leg. Maybe? Huh. Anyway, sort it out as we go through, but the first thing we need to do is fix up 00 Quant because he just fell. It's now he's down here. So first thing we're gonna do, grab his shield. Only part I actually put a decal on. Not just that one. That was the first time I used a decal. This is the Quanta, not the full saber that I built later on. This was my first real grade Gundam. And it holds a very precious place in my heart, especially just because I love it. It's so cool. The design, the whole shield thing it has going on, all of its abilities. Yep, so now we got that. So now we get the Quanta. By first time I put on a decal, I mean just like the extra ones. The main ones I put on, like the eyes and stuff. Now we got him in a little pose where he's got his shield and he's holding up his big sword. Make sure we've got that S shape going on in his body in order to help balance the weight. And now we put him nice. Nice and back up where he was before. There we go. Alright, now he's back up. So, I'll just work in the smaller workspace for now because I'm wanting to tell Risk and show it off when he gets here. But, yeah. Actually, the first thing I want to do is work on the hands. So let's get C1 14. Oh, I'm a bit silly about that. Okay, never mind. Yeah, so C1, which is this one. Got some alternative feet parts. Yeah, this doesn't have 14. Yes, Meant to be C has 14 on both of them. This one's F. It doesn't have the part. Here is C2, and it has an instance of 14 right here. Oh, here's C1. Alright, so I see what's happened here. For some reason there's a C, and then there's a C1 and C2. One of the C's is entirely white, the entire other is entirely grey. I don't know why there's multiple of the same thing. So we cut those parts off. Now we've got those. Grab the open palms, and you can see open palms have that gap in them. Then there's the shape for it over here. Can't see it the best. You can kind of see it, like you can see there's the gaps there. Anyway, they plug in. Oh, okay. So they plug in like this. So you take the blue part off. That part that protrudes out is actually to hold the blue part. I'll just put this one on and then I'll show you on the other one. Now I've got that hand nice and proper. It's a good, strong hand too. So, pop the blue off. And the part that sticks out actually faces up the way from the part as the side of it slides into the hand. And then now the hand's got a ball joint on it. And you attach the blue. Bada bing, bada boom. So, working on the left leg now. Where are we up to? Okay, we're right at the start. So immediately get C2 out. And grab 1, 11, and 12. So 1 is this one. You actually almost see, you can kind of see when the light's on it the right way. See the number. Ooh, I don't have any water. Give me a sec, I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. And I got a glass of water, so now we can clean any parts that we're using. So, now we grab 11 and 12. Gotta make sure I'm in the camera. And there we go. 11 and 12 popped out. Connect it in. Wrong way around. Place that over. Now we have the knee done. So now we get PC 8, which is one of these square ones. We head over to A, where we get some good old leg parts. Being 24 and 25. And despite the number order, 25 is actually used first. So, facing this way, those go together, and PC8 is plugged into the bottom. And we take the other side, connect it on, that all plugs up in the same way. Next up, we fill in this stuff here with A17, which is just this white part. Alongside G8. That's C2. Where's G gone? G is over here. G8. 8 is 16, 7, 8. Yep, this one's 8. Now plug these together. Bada bing, bada boom. That's how that goes, right? Let me check the other one. Oh, yeah, no, that's how that goes. Because then we go over to E, and we get E17, which is this one here. Getting my paintbrush out because we attach this part in and it just makes this look a lot nicer. Then we wet the top of it before we dry the top of it. I'll just do it with my sleeve because I'm lazy. Also, I don't really have room for a rag here. grab the decal sheet and the tweezers and pull off decal numero cinco. I don't know Spanish for 5. I know it starts with cinc, or it starts with scene or something like that. Let that sink in. It's just me trying to pronounce 5 in Spanish. Alright, I messed up the angle. Oh god, I'm making it worse. There we go. Nearly. It's a little... There we go. Push it on nice and proper. Now we've got a little red and black decal on there. Alrighty then. So, after doing that, we grab A20, which is this large part here and makes up the thigh of the Gundam. Just get rid of a little nub that's on there. There we go. And now with the part that sticks out a bit, facing front, plug that down. Next up, put this part here facing this way and grab G16. That is this one here, same as is used for the other leg. Wait, I knew something felt off. Forgot to turn the light on. This is why I don't rush to start, even if I feel like you've been late to starting the stream. Get the cable plugged into the PC. Everyone, I say everyone, there's one person in chat. Close your eyes, 'cause you're about to get flashbanged. Think fast, chuckle nuts. Anyway, this just changes lighting and makes everything a little clearer too. Mostly on stream, but you know, that's what matters really. So, snip and snip. Oh, one more up here, snip. Now we got this part, and this part holds some pieces from A once I have it in the correct direction. Just gonna move this over so you can see. Got it facing the right way. And then from A, we need 13 and 14. The semi-transparent green parts. Oh. Okay, that fell off the desk. Gotta be careful not to break it. Okay, I see it. Okay, put the thing over the vent underneath my desk so nothing falls under. Yet again, I forgot to do something. Now then, 14, the smaller one, facing in the correct direction, plugs into the lower part. (13) facing in the same direction, plugs into the higher up part. Now we grab the razor and clear off the stress marks of them both. There we go, now it looks much better. Get that back on since it came off. Now head over to E and grab E13, which is this big blue part here. Connect it, face it in the right direction, fold it down, and connect it into the carve. Grab this little creation. I made it last time for this leg, but I made it for the other leg by accident. Place it on, face it in the correct direction. Oh. There we go, that looks all proper. And finally, plug the other foot in. Bada bing, bada boom. So, oh, one more part to do, and that is on entirely C. We grab 5, 9, and 10. Five is that part there. It's got a spot for a peg to plug into and 2 pegs for it to be able to rotate around. Grab these 2 parts and put it between. So that the flat side is what faces outwards. And boom. Got this little part done. That's how it's going to connect into the waist. So now we just... yep. Plug it in. That one went on a lot nicer than the right one did. Boom. Left leg done. So now we move on to the waist, and Risk took too long to get here, so I'm just going to fix up the camera now. Am I able to do it from the app now? Yeah, I can. Fix up the angle. This is good enough. From here, flip it the right way around, so now we are looking at this. Yeah, I bought the paid version. Oh, I can use my phone's light as well. It looks a lot nicer. The image is a lot better. and I can flip it and use all sorts of effects and everything. There's just heaps more buttons now. So now that I have a lot more buttons to play with, I can make it look a lot nicer. So start by getting C1 out. That's this big one. And we're going to want 33 and 36. Alright. Yep, 33 is here. As you can see, it's got the two pegs for going into the legs. So leg is static at the waist, and it's the legs connection points that let it move around and whatnot. I love how there's so many different connection styles in Gunpla. There's all sorts of different things that get done with it. Alrighty then. This one's facing this way. This facing this way. It has that slide on. It slots in. There's the little core of our waist. Now we get PC4, which is another one of these peg to ball joint pieces. We get 34 and 35 off of C1. This is 34, so it goes here. This one is 35, so it just goes on the opposite side. And you take 15 from G, which is this one here. And then, with it facing so that the three-prong bit here is going in this direction. You can see it's pointing out. This obviously will plug onto the big peg bit on the top, doesn't matter which way it goes on. And then 35 goes into one of the holes on the back, 34 goes into the other. And then you take the waist bit, plug that bit in here. Oh no. Alright. Plug that three-prong part in there. This makes the internals of the waist. This part will like plug into the rest of the body and all that. But for that to happen, I'm going to see if I can turn this up without like messing up. Oh, that gives a blue glow. It's a white light, but it gives a blue glow. Yeah, this looks good. Oh yeah, no, that's way clearer. Oh, if I should have been doing this from the start. But yes, this part is for connecting to the waist. You got the side skirt parts. I can flip out a bit. That's nice and snazzy. So that's all of the internals. From now on, we are now working on the external parts. Which means we grab F, because it has all of the external parts. Or majority of them, at least. Grab the back of the skirt first. Wet and dry the little, see if I can get a good angle that shows it. No, it's barely visible there, but the little arrow bit up where this finger is. Just wet that. And then we dry it. And the final triangle decal will be going there. Now we've got that decal on, and you see it's got all these gaps which get filled in by this stuff, and it just plugs on nicely. Bada bing, bada boom. Then put that here for now. Grab E3, which is this blue part here. When it gets cut off, it leaves a little bit in here that needs to get trimmed. But it gets covered over later, so you don't need to clean up that too much. And then you get F22 and 23 being these parts here. It makes up the middle of the front of the skirt and covers over some connection points just to make the whole thing look a bit nicer. There we go. You take 23 facing this way. You can see the two little bumps. Can you? Oh yeah, you can see it now. Two little bumps. Those are used later to hold stuff in place. And then this guy just plugs on. You grab the other part and you plug them up the top. That looks nice and proper. A little bit that needs snipping here. There we go. And so now we grab F6, which is this part here. You can see it's got those two balls, like I said. The bumps are to hold this in place. And we go to E, where we get 1 and 2 in order to fill in the little gaps seen in this part. Grab 2 first. Now plug it in. If it wants to get plugged in, that is. There we go. Now we get 1. Hopefully you can see part of the runner broke off. It is very nice to be able to look at the screen and see it in the same orientation that I look at it in. Now it plugs on. You can see there's 2 kind of ball dents in there. Just kind of clip them in there. But the main thing that holds it all together is in actuality placing it in here first. And then you got those big circle gaps for stuff to plug it into. Get it all connected. That is the main parts of the waist done. After this, we get F8 and 9, being these parts here. Eight goes here. 9 goes here. And then E5 and 6. Are these two identical? Yeah, these two are. Oh no, they're not identical. Just thinking that they're identical for a second. First up, I've grabbed 5, which goes over here. Then I grab 6, which goes on the opposite side. And we'll just connect those in now. And they connect on like that. Now we move everything out of the way and grab 2 instances of PC5. Plug them in. Then we grab the waist and the 2 legs, and I'm gonna undo this when I'm like decal lining it, or you know, just like putting the marker on. That'll be off screen and all that, so let's just build it up a bit for now. And plug these on the correct size so that the arch is going forward, or like going up to the forward side. Now I've got the lower body done. Plug on the body. Plug the 2 arms in. Oh, that came off easily. Plug the head on. That is him in his most basic form done. He looks very snazzy like this, though, you know, I haven't positioned him very well. Like that comes out, and that flips in and all that. It'll look very good when he's all done. So let's go get him all done. Starting with the backpack. Alrighty, let's start off actually by just like putting a bunch of stuff away. We're gonna need B, G, C, and F, and a little D. Okay. One at a time though. So G, B2, and then the others can go away for now. Just clearing up the workspace a little bit so everything's a lot easier to get done. Otherwise the workspace is cluttered because it's small already. Doesn't need to get filled up. Okay, the only stuff left on A is the beam sword and wrist mounted beam shield effects. Alrighty, so grab 5, 6, and 9. 6 and 9 are little opposites over here. Nine goes on this side. Six goes on this side, and then 5 is this part here. And you can see it's got those backpack exhaust bits, and then the wings will be plugging onto here and here. You can see there's a big hole and a little hole, and you just line it up, fills in the gaps, and goes through the smaller hole. And you can see it's got the 2 pegs to go into the back. Now we get to the not so fun part. It's going to be really cool when it's done. It's going to be a pain in the butt to make. Okay, so G7. We grabbed one of these by accident before. And now B2, 15, and 16 being these parts here. Goes there, though flipped in the other way around. So it lines up with the circle on G7. Make sure it's all facing in the correct direction. Link it all up. Boom. Now we make a second one of those. So first of all, we get the other G7. Get out the other B. That's F. This is B. And B2 has another 15 and 16 to use. Now we head back to B2. Oh, these are both B2. Okay, never mind. Yeah, so there's 2 instances of B2, that's why. Alrighty. Still not sure why there's like extra legs and stuff. They don't use the same pieces, so you want to be able to connect stuff. So this is just like a whole different leg for something else, I guess. Nonetheless, B13 and 14 being these big parts here, make up the guns. These are the big cannons that go in the wings. Connect this by the little grey. Oh, I can't see it too well because of the lining. Here we go. The grey stuck bit plugs into that. Then this goes on to the other side. That's a big gun right there. Now then, grab the other B2, get its parts off. Get it all connected up. Now you've got two of the big cannons. From here we grab D, which is this one. Wait, there's straight up like alternate coloured parts as well. Wait, are these already built? Is there just like a second Gundam in here? I'm gonna have to look into that. Anyway, grab 10, which is these two parts here. As soon as I stop talking, perfect time for the music to stop playing. Like it knew there was about to be an awkward pause. Alright, it needs some cleaning. By cleaning, I mean a bit of scraping down. There we go. Does it go the other way around? No, it goes this way around definitely. There we go. Now we've got those. And put these to the side for later. First up, grab C and get 5 and 6, which are these two here. Oh, you're not meant to pop off with a part of your runner. You're meant to give me your runner, not make a runner. Alrighty then. So 6 goes here. I was incorrect, there is no 5. Or there is a 5, you just don't use it here. Anyway, 6. It has some decals applied. And there's just like a lot of glare right around here. Go like, see if I can like make a. I can't do a really shadow over it without. Ah, whatever. Nonetheless, with it facing the correct direction, wipe it down. One and 2 connect. Decal number 1 and 2 are put on. There's one. And here is 2. Then we do the same on the other side. Wet the part. Dry the parts. And finally put on some decals. There we go. Anyway, there's the parts. Goes that way round. Now we get where did I put G? Here we go. We get 2. 1 and 2 are literally just mirrored versions of one another, so pretty obvious where one will be going. It just fits in there nicely. Before we head over to C and grab 5. This C is used for both wings, so it's got duplicates of most of the parts. Make sure I got it all properly. There we go. Now, put that here. Yeah, do that later. C and D. Okay. C7 is this one. It goes there, and then 9 is this one. Oh, that's just going to break off. Get rid of the bit of the runner, and that goes there. It's just a little off screen. Glare's not as bad now. Alright, now we grab D. And we're wanting 13 and 14. This is 13. Thirteen is used on this one. And yeah, they just connect directly together. And on that same like interlocking thing that the Freedom Gundam has. Because these, at the end of the day, this is just a modified version of the Freedom's wing. Can't move those, that was one of the changes made. Use the razor to clean up the part. Alrighty then, now we got to put on decal 9 and 10. So, clean the part. Nine and 10. Yep. Here's 10. It goes over here. I did notice the camera's still mirrored, so it's like still flipped, because when I was just pressing the buttons to show off what I could do earlier. Pressed it the incorrect number of times. So how do we fix next stream? I could fix it now, but I just don't really... It's not really that big of a problem, really. Alright, there's one done. Now let's wash this one. Just wet the paintbrush again. And here's 10. Then we grab the other part, 14. There we go. Much prettier looking now. And it just connects onto here like so. We just get that to connect nicely. There we go. Now then. Face that way, grab one of these, get one of these. Okay, so first of all, put the gun onto this one, line it up with the movement. Just realized this needs to get cleaned a little. There we go, that looks good. Then take this one, you connect. Okay, so it shows there's an upper and a lower one. So if we were to connect those, yeah, so which means, yep, goes on like this. Lines up there, there's a stop, like it gets blocked off on this side, so it has to face this way. And then we connect that. And there's one of the wings done. On the Freedom it was like this, and on this guy it's like this. So, ooh, it's flipped upside down, how fancy. Though there's no real way to connect it right now, as that part comes later. I feel like I've forgotten something. No? Okay. I just felt like this looks like it needed something, so just square bit. Oh right, you can see it at this angle. Yeah, just that. I don't know. It's meant to be like that apparently. Get a drink of water. Much better. Oh yeah, there's some stuff that goes on later down. Just off the camera. Anywho, what we're gonna do now is the other side. So, C5 and 6, along with G1, put them nice and together, nip off any parts to make it nice and smooth. Wet both sides and dry both sides. Then put on decal 1 and 2 onto both sides, getting the last of those done. That's one side done. That's all of 2 done. Now for the last one. There we go. That's that piece done. Put it up with the gun and move on. So next up we get C8 and 10. This one is 8. This one is 10. Next up, go and grab D and get 11 and 12. Clean up the parts. A lot easier to clean up certain bits of the piece once it's connected in, so do that first. It's just got a bit of its runner still attached, to get that off. Connect it on nice and properly. And now we've got to put the decals on all of these parts. There's one. It's the other. That goes there. Now 9 and 10 on the other one. Shave this part of the wing to smoothen it a bit. There we go. And put the final decal for this part on. Yep, so this on. Put this on. No, wrong way around. There we go. Now the tops both go in the now the tops both go upwards diagonal, like same direction. And finally, put this on. That is the second wing finished, and they can fold out and all that. It's interesting that the way this person decided to customize their gunpla is to take away the blue part's ability to move and turn it upside down, but it's still very articulate, and honestly, the upside down has grown on me since I first saw it, and when spread out, it looks really good. So, now we do the lower parts. Oh, we gotta get some parts from G first, actually. That being G10. As you may have guessed from their little claws, they connect onto here. Is that on? Yep, that's on nice and properly. And connect onto here. And that just lets them connect onto the jetpack once this next part is made, being these. These you just make two of, so that's nice and easy. And we're swapping out C for F. Now then. Get one of 24 and one of 15. Make sure they're both nice and smooth. That one goes there. This one goes here, and decal number 11. Oh, gotta clear off that first. Decal number 11 goes into this little gap in here. Just get some water into that little gap. See if I even can clean it out with my jumper. F1. And F1 here goes onto this part. Oh, it connects in so it can slide up and down. And then gets connected over. We can slide it out, or it can stay in. Presumably it slides out for firing. Now get decal 11 these tiny little ones down here. It's times like these that I love these tweezers. Make it so much easier to apply decals that go into tight spaces like this one. Now we just have this part here. Slides in and out, good and proper. Everything's nice and attached. Yep, on to the next part. G13 and 14 being these. There's 2 instances for both of these parts. Correct orientation. It's got this little T-shaped bit that pokes out. You can see it there. Just slots in here. And that adds on a little hole, which is used to then plug into the backpack later. And then this connects on here. Bringing the lower gun one step closer to completion. And then it also slides forwards with that part that comes out. So that looks a lot better now. Though, it does have some scuff marks, so let's quickly deal with those. Alrighty then. And finally, we get to the fun part. Oh, no, one little bit before the fun part. Go over to E and grab 12 and 16. 2 instances of both exist. 1 for each wing. And then they go into here, and just add some blue to the side of the lower gun. Here's the fun part. Head over to F. Oh, some parts fell in. 16 and 17. Once again, 2 instances of each part. There we go. Is this the correct way? Nope. Okay, so this clips on and makes the end of the gun. Then this other one comes down, clips on. That's all good. It's got some like exhaust fumes up the top. But then what you do, go over to A, get off the beam effect. Pop that off. Plug the beam effect into here. Now you have his beam saber. I must say, very unique hilt for a beam saber. Instead of just being a little pole. I absolutely love this one. It's got the bit that goes up here. It just looks very nice. Yeah, it's definitely meant to be there. Okay. Nonetheless, put the beam effect to the side and put the sword back in. And then make a second one. So then, we're going to need a couple parts from F, and a couple parts from G, and a piece or two from E. And then also grab one, and I believe that that's actually the last of the pieces on runner F. Yeah, that's the last of the pieces on runner F. Nice. We are getting to the stage where the runners start using their last pieces. It's always a good sign to see, because it means we're getting closer and closer to finishing. There we go. Put the sword hilt together. Put the beam rifle together. Oh. Apply the decals after wetting and drying the part. Yep. Decal 11, small green bit, just goes into here. There we go. From there, G, and grab 13 and 14. Okie dokie. From here, we plug this in and put on 12 and 16 from E. There we go. These just plug in nice and proper. That's both of those done. So now what we do is we go over to G. And I believe this is actually the last part of G as well. And then we grab these pieces. So with the side adjacent to the little indenting line, not being the one that plugs in, plug into the lower guns. And connect these on so that the part has that little gap in it. You can see that there. Just slots over nicely with the part. Then we grab the backpack down. Backpack faces like this. No, wait. No, okay. Goes on this side. So they're a little out from the backpack. Nonetheless. That's all plugged on nicely now. These can slot out to become a gun. Slot in for I don't know why, and then these parts of the hilts, the beam sabers. Take the wings, plug them into, oh, wrong way round. I immediately went to use the, oh no, never mind. Anyway, went to use the Freedom Gundam setup. It needs to be upside down, and they're symmetrical, so it doesn't matter what side. Oh, this part's warm because my computer. There we go, that part's all fixed up. Anyway, plug this one nice and in there too. Make sure they're all on. how they should be. That is the backpack done. Take the model kit. I just realized it's got some red lines going down from inside. That's really snazzy. Kind of see it there. Nope, this way. Yeah. Anyway. 2 holes on the back. Plug that bad boy in. Noticing has a bit of an issue where it disconnects, but that's kind of common amongst older model kits. Bit of a plug there for something possibly. Here he is in all his glory. But we're not done yet. Still another page and then just his high mat mode essentially. Yep, so that's how that hand's made. That's how those are connected. Yeah, it's literally just make the beam rifle now. Yeah, beam rifle and then the little shield. So, we need to get C1. Oh, it's just entirely C1, okay. B2, B2, C1. Alright. $24 and $25. Yep, here it is, 24 and 25. Oh, all the beam parts are just up in this little section here. That's nice and handy. Clean off the scope. No decals go onto the scope. Now then. Clip the handle in so that goes forwards. Clip the gun in. Place the barrel on. Nope. Once it has been cleaned up and ensuring that it is facing in the correct way so that it actually goes on. Place on the sight. Sight can flip around to the sides if you want it to. That's pretty snazzy. And finally, place it over in the butt. And that's what that bit's used for. Yeah, that comes apart really easily. Either way though, that is this bad boy done. Likely no stream tomorrow as I'll be panel lining this. And then the day after that, or just whenever I next stream, I will be finishing off the Gundam by placing it into a pose and putting all the other parts on and just showing everything off. I'll see you, my one viewer, next time with this absolutely gorgeous Gundam finished. And then we'll be moving on to another one whenever I stream next after this. But I gotta say, there's like enough parts to build a whole nother Gundam here. Because like there's some connection stuff. I'm not really sure what this is for. There's the stuff to make feet. Then there's like the base of a waist. This would be used for like the neck. Here's another one of that part from earlier. More connection pieces and all that. Stuff over here. Oh, this run has been emptied. Neato. And we got like a shield, body, like arms and legs. There's like a full second Gundam in here. So it must be like recolor / replacement parts for another Gundam. Likely one of the Gundams that it's made up of. Oh, I get it, because it's made up of like 3 Gundams. It's just like parts, extra parts from them, so you can, but in this guy's color, so you can like customize him to have parts from the other guys. Anyway, I will see you guys next time when this absolute beauty is nice and finished.